Ladies and gents, welcome to G-Reacts, and this is I broke Astroneer in half using Dynamite and trains. This is my channel, let's game it out obviously. This is a game called Astroneer, this one 2016. Yes, this is the latest Let's Game It Out video. Yeah, I started watching Let's Game It Out with Satisfactory and videos like that. Obviously now I'm watching his kind of newer videos when he upload because I don't know if I finished the series. I think I have still the Planet Zoo's last video left. But yeah, every time Let's Give It Out upload, I'm like, why the hell no, let's watch it, because it always exposes me to newer games that I never heard of. So I guess Astroneer is gonna be one of them. But I know since Let's Give It Out is making review about it, it's gonna be one of those building type of games where he just pushes the limit. So let's do it.
Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing some Astroneer today, and oh boy is this game always a good time. They put us on a planet, and basically we're here to ruin it. And also this video is sponsored by One Punch Man, the strongest. Anyway, let's get started. The planet awaits. Oh good, we've been here all of 1 second, and we're already knocking down trees. And look at us, we're doing some instant landscaping as well. You know what really beautifies a planet? Some nice fresh asphalt. But let's go ahead and take a healthy look at our surroundings. We've got beautiful trees, we got beautiful mountains, we've got beautiful shipwrecks, and pretty much a whole bunch of that. Oh, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Remember all this nature we were talking about? Well, it's all ours for the taking, which we do by deploying this little guy. Yeehaw! Deploy the space vacuum and just generally uproot everything and suck it into our gun. Hello, space plants. How are you this fine day? Anyway, that's great. Get into my gun. And really, nothing is safe from our space gun.
Nature,
not these
pretty.
space compounds, not this space macaroni. And these precious things that we're sucking up are the building blocks to crafting. That's right, all of these things sticking out of my backpack, these are the things I use to build stuff. And you might be wondering to yourself, what's this cord coming out of my crotch? That's actually your oxygen tether. It doesn't always stick out quite like that. It's actually attached to your backpack. But if we get too far away from home base, our little meter on the back here is gonna tell when we're running out of oxygen. And when it gets too low, well, I think you can figure out what happens next. And before you know it, we take the expressway to Respawnville. Population are fresh new.
I think this backpack type of thing is inspired by the real one that NASA made for the next moon mission or something. Obviously they never went there. I guess they did that in 2000s or something. I remember watching an episode on Top Gear where this backpack is basically attached to outside. You wear it and then you go seal it and go outside. It's kind of a handy way that can you can just store oxygen and shit like that, and it's easier to get out.
New corpse, I mean body. Anyway, let's go collect our crap. Gimme, 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 gimme. So that pretty much encompasses our Astro mission, also known as taking resources and building stuff. Anyway, to keep from suffocating to death over and over again, on the back of our backpack here, we can actually make something called tethers, using our compound resource, and then we get these little things. Yeah. You see how they're glowing? That's the oxygen coursing into our brains. Oh, it just feels so good. Now we don't have to choose between exploring and breathing. Now we can do both. Ooh, what do we have here? A spinny thingy, also known as a small wind turbine. Well, it doesn't look like we can pick this up right now. So instead, I guess we'll just bury it. There you go, precious debris. Have fun in your new home. I'll come back for you, maybe. Anyway, now that we've got the basic...
Oh, look there. So there are plant lives and everything, and yet there is no oxygen here. There's wind, clearly.
Under control, let's do a little decorating. So the last time I played this game, I built stuff on top of the base, like all over on top of the base. So I figured this time we would go underground. How far? I have no idea. We can't seem to dig up this material, but we can definitely dig up everything around it. So let's go ahead and dig out a perimeter around the base and see if we can't punch up this little island to look better. Hey, speaking of punching, let's talk about our sponsor, One Punch Man, the strongest. This is the official turn-based mobile RPG adapted from the anime One Punch Man, all yours and free to play on Android and iOS. In case you don't know, One Punch Man is one of the best-selling Japanese anime series in the world. It's an action story following Saitama, who became a hero entirely for funsies. And this is my favorite part. After a whole 3 years of special training, he's become so powerful that he can defeat any enemy with one punch. He's like a walking, highly disciplined cheat code. I love it. And if you've never watched One Punch Man before, don't you worry. Not only is the game an easy to operate first-rate mobile RPG, but the game's story and setting is faithful to the anime. So you'll be able to experience all those glorious one-punch moments, no matter if it's the first time or the 100th time. As you go through your one-punch journey, you can amass a party of over 60 characters ranging from both heroes and villains from the show, allowing you to make your own personal dream team. Each character has a unique set of skills, and you can have fun exploring different combos to maximize your total BP. My favorite part of these characters is the recruitment process. Saitama uses one punch to destroy a meteor, just like he does in the original anime, but in the game, the fragments from the meteor explosion turn into the characters that you recruit. And you'll need those fighters to take on a variety of fight modes, such as multiplayer team play, mini-games, and the Saitama Investigation mode, where you can experience what it's like to KO every single opponent with one punch. And then you can do stuff like this. Yeah, like that. And you're just in time for the game's launch event. The game already has over 1 million pre-registrations, so all new players who log in every day during the first week will receive a ton of free rewards, including over 50 draws, free characters, and lots of other good stuff. So if this sounds good to you, check out the linky in the description or scan this QR code. And don't forget to redeem promo code OPMTS, or as I like to say it, OPMTS, to receive a bunch of rewards. And thanks again to One Punch Man, the strongest, for sponsoring. Oh, hey, welcome back. I might have gone a little overboard. I think I might have gone a lot overboard. A lot overboard. It also turns out you can dig completely underneath this. I mean, how far down can it really be? Let's find out, shall we? Well, seems like far enough. What if I get like a running leap? Huh! Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm alive, so I guess that's all that matters. And with enough perseverance, we can find our way back up to the top. We don't have much oxygen, and I'm pretty sure we can't reach that again. That's okay, we don't really need to be up there anyway. The only problem is our oxygen comes from up there. But don't worry, I have a solution for that too. First, let's get a fresh body that's already on the platform. So here's the secret to this base. This little thing right here. It's the oxygenator. Provides a constant flow to connected tethers, platforms, and cables. Well, that sounds great. So you're coming with us. Easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, look, it's whoops. I'm sure it's fine, even though we're not. Okay, now the next order of business is we need to get this thing hooked up, because unfortunately, we can't just drop a tether and have it work. It needs to be on like a platform or something. But the solution is on our back this whole time. It's called making a small printer. And now we can take this thing and just hurl it on the ground. Oh, right. We gotta plug the thing in. Well, no problem, because that's what making a small generator is for. Okay, and I guess we'll just put this, I don't know, right there. Why not? And now all we need to do is give it some fuel. Like this green stuff on my backpack. In you go. Ah, churning away. Okay, let's plug it in. Come on, you can reach. Fine, get closer. I know, it's my own fault. There we go. Sweet, sweet power. And we better get this solved soon, because I keep dying. Okay, so anyway, the way that this works is the printer lets us print stuff, including bigger printers. That's how that works. But for starters, we need a medium platform. Quickly, print faster. Oh good, you boxed it for us and everything. I'll make that a task for next me to deal with. Next me, reporting for duty. Okay, where was I? Come here, you. Let's unpack you right here. No! Oh god, where did it go? You fell down this hole? How? Why? What are the odds? Why are my legs broken again? Oh, and also there's underground caves. This game is magical. Okay, yeah, then seriously. I guess this is where it is now. Anyways, you can see there's two little prongs that we can plug the oxygenator into. You know, if we could get back up into that hole. Oh, you know what, though? I wonder if we can with our amazing mind powers. Yep, that'll about do it. Ah, what wonderful timing. Just in time for a new body to handle this. Okay, get this thing finally connected. Sweet.
Okay, I bet there is a way to get back up there if there are caves there, right? They put caves there for you to, you know, take all resources and shit. Then there must have been a way to get back up there. I guess you just have to find something to build.
Sweet air. And it powers itself. What a deal. Wait a minute, can I tether this stuff to the underside of our original base? Oh, awesome. Wait, does that work for everything? Oh my god. Well, I think we know where we're building everything. If it doesn't fit on this existing surface, we don't need it. And now we're gonna use this small printer to build all kinds of other fun things. You see this little thing on the side of our backpack? It actually pulls right out and shows us all of our unlockables. Blue over here means we have it unlocked. Pink means we need to unlock it, and then we can build it ourselves. But honestly, there's so many items in this game. We're just gonna focus on the ones we want. We're gonna want solar, and we're also gonna want wind. And to unlock them, we need bytes. But first, we're gonna use the small printer to print a medium printer. Yep, there it is, being grafted right to the side. Looking good. And now we'll use this to print a large printer. Yay, science. Now that we've got all this crap, it's time to earn some bytes. That's what the research chamber is for, which we can make right here on one of the printers. Yes, there we go. Print it into another structure. Okay, and we'll just put this right here like that. Good. And now that we've got this thing, we need something to shove in this big open space. So we're looking for stuff like this. Hello, thingy in a tree. You've probably existed there untouched for like a million years. Well, you're ours now. If you didn't want to be plucked, you shouldn't be a research item. Ah, take that, nature. Just you, me, and my little floating palace. And all we need to do is just shove it in the machine. Oh yeah, 24 bytes a minute. Extract all that good stuff. While it's up there doing its thing, I'm gonna go find some more of those things. Here's a couple. Here you go. And you. Great. Oh, and this also looks pretty promising. Yep.
Let me get this straight. Researching all this plant life and weird plant things will give him enough knowledge to make solar panels and wind turbines. Okay, I guess that tracks.
Thing's good. Okay, this is probably good, right? I'm sure this is enough of them. So we'll scan that one, and then we'll scan all of these. Hold, please. And scene.
More printers.
Now we're sitting on a cool 18,884 bytes. Okay, so let's unlock the things we need. We're gonna start with some small solar, as well as some small wind turbines. For the solar, we're gonna need copper, and for the wind turbine, we're gonna need ceramic. Copper we make by refining malachite, and ceramic by clay, which I'm pretty sure I know where to find those. And by that, I mean down here somewhere. Okay, if I were clay and malachite, where would I be? Ah, there you are. Sweet, sweet clay. There for me to sweet, sweet take. And here in the mountains, here's the malachite. Okay, hope that's enough. Either way, the fun doesn't stop here. These are just the raw minerals. The next step is to make a smelting furnace so that we can melt all this stuff down. Thank you. Ah, how beautiful. You look like a cosmic toilet. Since we're dealing with fire, let's go ahead and turn this one completely upside down. Yep, that's the good stuff. And before you know it, we turn this into this, which doesn't really look all that different, but I promise you it is. Now it's refined clay. Time to refine it into a small wind turbine. Yeah, that'll do. Now we just need like 8 billion of them, because one on its own doesn't produce much power. Now don't forget, it all has to be added to this thing, which I don't think will be a problem.
I like how in any game, basically, he plays, he always thinks, can I hang things this upside down? Everyone does that. He did the same thing with Satisfactory. Anywhere in the Play-Doh, that zoo thing. I like that. So that big metal orb with every kind of machinery sticking out, looks, anybody comes across it, looks like some kind of a advanced civilization thing. Like it's sucking on resources or something.
Okay, so I might have gone a little overboard. Listen, the important part is that we're supporting clean energy. See? Look at it go. That's what progress looks like. So much of it. But even when everything spins down and fails, we're not screwed on power, don't you worry. If we stumble over all these rocks and head to the other side, behold, beautiful infinite power. You know, until the sun goes down. And then all the solar panels are like, the hell with this. So what I'm saying is all of our power problems are clearly solved. And that's good, because we're gonna need that power. Because here's the next thing we're gonna make. A railway system, with all of these things required easily accessible right underneath us. Yes, printer, harness the power of all of these things aggressively spinning. Okay, there it goes. Happy birthday to us. So these green things over here are rail posts. Well, let's do our best and see if we can't place one of these down. Okay, first one down. Okay, now I'm placing a second one. You can see how the rail is gonna go. And place.
What the fuck?
Huh, didn't see that coming. I guess you can't have anything between or under the rails, huh? You know what? Whatever. I'm not perturbed. Oh, I didn't mean for it to connect.
Like, that is so perfect. It's like developers made that specifically to troll him. He just put everything there, everything just drops like that. It's just epic. Man, I love this. In this game, there is no like, call generator shit like that. You can already hear right-wing Republicans. You see that? That's what happens when you rely on green energy. No energy at night.
Already, but here we are. Well, let's pop this open and see how it works, I guess. All right, and here you go. Okay, this is about what I was hoping for. Time to hit the gas. Well, this works as well as I could have hoped it would. We could be having this kind of fun for hours. Since this rung is already complete, I guess we're gonna see if we can make a second one. Okay, and connect. Losing more stuff, of course. And one more to connect it all together. Oh. Wow, these rails sure are powerful, aren't they? They literally just cut right through the planet. Oh well, let's keep going and see how this turns out. Hi, yeah, me again. Yeah, I might have gone a little overboard. Again. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's probably okay. I mean, and so much more. Anyway.
I think it's dangerous to give him rails, conveyor belts, or anything like that. Anything with a belt is dangerous to give to him.
Hey, let me give you the tour. And by that I mean, let's give this thing a ride and see what it's like. Here goes nothing. Well, this sure looks fun, doesn't it? You never quite know where you're gonna pop out next, but at least you know it's gonna be a fun ride wherever you end up. It genuinely is a nightmare when we go into this thing. It's like we're being shoved into the inside of a clock. Okay, it looks like we hit the end of the line. That took about 2 minutes. I bet we can do better than that. Hang on, let's check something out here. Ow. Like if instead of going around our little planet, we instead wrap it around this whole planet. Well, only one way to find out. Besides, I'm sure this won't take very long. Okay, that wasn't so hard. All we had to do was build this big rail that goes all the way down the planet. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of it is not exactly a straight line. And honestly, I don't even know how this happened. Anyway, it continues around the planet until eventually we emerge from the trees back to where we started. Oh, and we also needed to supply this thing with power. So we went into the shed and dug out our old extension cables because it turns out, I guess the wind stuff is still operational somehow. I'm not gonna question it. All right, giddy up. Let's get going. You know, I gotta say, pretty pleasant journey for a very versatile cart. Oh boy, and here comes my favorite part.
This is epic, I'm not gonna
this
lie.
honestly kind of feels like the ride you put your kids on at Disneyland. That's like safe for all ages and kind of interesting. What I'm trying to say is I give Astroneer's Wild Ride 3 out of 5 stars on Yelp. Mostly fun, but where's the thrill? And then before you know it, you're home. Okay, so that was about 6 action-packed minutes, but I think I know how to make it better. It's called reintroducing an old friend of ours. An old friend called Dynamite, which as a reminder, works a little something like this. Ah! Wow, we survived. I'm surprised too.
Let me get this straight. It's like, okay, this is like a kid's ride. How to make this more thrilling? Oh, I know. I'll put dynamites in the tracks.
Anyway, that's basically what one does, so I guess the next order of business is seeing how a lot of them do. Yeah, like that. Now we're talking just rows and rows and rows of dynamite. Just a totally normal, fun little romp. Dynamite trails on each side. What could possibly be more exciting than this? So I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. I mean, things are gonna go boom, but for this dynamite to go off, I have to light the fuse myself. And then we have a very short amount of time before it blows up. Okay, so let's give this a shot and go. Ooh, game's freezing. That's more like it. Everything barren and plain, and random floating stuff. Give me basic geometry like this is a game from 1992. Oh!
What the fuck did... What? How strong the dynamites are. It just completely obliterated the entire mountains. Look at that. Look at the...
Random floating
I love this shit. Look at that.
stuff. Give me...
Look at this. Man, I love this. I bet nobody can figure things out like this. But only he did, right? He just put dynamites there and blow shit up.
Basic geometry like this is a game from 1992. Oh, no! Well, at least the mountains... What the hell just happened? Was there a glitch in the Matrix? All this stuff should definitely be gone. This is so baffling. Like, you can see the exact moment where it redraws the game back in. Well, there's definitely stuff missing, as you can see. But if you run at it, it forces you upward. I'm sorry, is the planet fighting back? Because we can't...
Planet like, yeah, you're allowed to blow shit up, but not this one. I'm just gonna regrow.
Have that. For us, it just means we're gonna do more controlled bursts until the whole planet goes like this. So, let's get started, shall we? Now, my understanding is things will blow up as long as it's a reasonable distance from you. So we're just gonna have to go quadrant by quadrant. Hey, fine by me, planet. After all, there's always more dynamite where this came from. Yep, so far so good. And like I said, always more where that came from. And boy, is it...
Did he create some kind of a guard mode or something? He's not dying? Before he just jumped out and died. Now, but you know, even dynamites are not killing him.
Satisfying. And we're suddenly in our own personal amphitheater. and the world just spews forth with minerals for us. Trees, how are you feeling? Okay, good. What about you, mountaintops? Nice to hear. You know, I might be at this for a while, so, hold, please. Oh my god, that made such a big...
This is so good, man. This explosion is so good. It's like, oh, it's a pretty nature. Okay, colonizers are here.
Oh, I might be at this for a while, so, hold, please. Oh my god, that made such a big... Well, hello there, weary traveler. So I've got some good news and bad news. The good news is we've taken a huge chunk out of the planet, like an unbelievable amount. And hey, the train is still here. And golly, is it fun to see the sights now, complete with pieces of land just popping up. Everything looks kind of like the Grand Canyon. Anyway, that's the good news. The bad news is after blowing up so much of the world, we appear to be on borrowed time. The frame rates get more glorious with each passing moment, and while it's spectacular at first, there's a point where the game decides it needs more RAM. Like all of it. I'm not even kidding. Here's my task manager. Do you see what I see? Like Astroneer taking up all my available RAM, like over 55 gigs. It was at this point that the game not only crashed, but it crashed my audio and video recording software before my computer eventually just gave up. So while we didn't erase the entire planet, you know what? There's always next time. Maybe I'll upgrade to more RAM. I finally have a reason to.
Yeah.
I also want to say thanks again to our sponsor for
Seriously,
this.
man. Go to like 100, 200 gigs of RAM. Why not? You know, if there is a one guy who needs the maximum RAM there can be, it's this channel. Let's give it out. Because all the shit he does, he always clutters the items that it just clogs up RAM, CPU power. He should have the best CPU there is and, you know, maximum RAM there is. Because I guess he requires more CPU and RAM than graphics card. Man, I love this. I love this game. This is great. So basically, you know, we just arrive this planet. We use resources to build shit and that's about it, right? Yeah, I like it. But yeah, it's all obviously it's gonna be mostly green energy, right? Wind and solar panels. Obviously, you can't just create factories like how you can do in Factorio and shit like that. Satisfaction and shit like that. But yeah, I guess it's based on most of like how NASA thinks of things. Like once you land on a planet, how you gonna gather energy. But yeah. Probably well. If you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time.